Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome into Brian's Badass Reviews. If you caught the last video, we unboxed the brand new Samsung Z Fold 3. In this video, we're gonna talk about this thing, and let me tell you, it is one piece of shit. You thought I was gonna say the S word. So we got this thing out of the box and I've had it for about a week now. So I've been able to kind of mess around with it, kind of dig into it. So as promised, here I am and I'm kind of giving you my idiot's guide review. And the reason that I say that is because I'll be honest with you, I'm not really a tech guy. And there's a million reviews already out. I'm already late to the game. It's only been a week. They go deep into the specs and the gigahertz and the flux capacitor rate and the gigawatts, all that kind of stuff. And that's all great. That's all cool. But I just want to know, for your average guy that likes to have a cell phone and likes to kind of be productive and do different tasks, just for your kind of average guy, is the Samsung Z Fold 3 the phone for you? And now let me tell you, my last phone that I had was the Samsung 10 Plus, and that phone was a great phone for me. Did pretty much everything I needed to do. Now I realize it's a couple generations behind. The phone I had before that was the Samsung 8 Plus, and then I think I had like a rotary telephone that you had to like pick it up and put it here and then. So anyways, but the real reason that I decided to get this phone is because, as you guys know, I'm a YouTuber, and now I've been digging into these YouTube shorts, and I hope you guys have had a chance to check them out. If not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to, and check out the short videos. And so I was looking to maybe get a tablet. Around that same time, I started hearing about the Z Fold 3 and that it was going to drop and you could basically open it up into a 7.6 inch tablet. And I thought, well, you know, I could use a phone upgrade. I already got mine paid off and it turns into a tablet. So I thought, what the hey, let's try it. Had it for about a week now, been able to kind of mess around with it. So I want to go through and just kind of give you some things that I like about it, maybe some things I don't like about it, but mostly things that I really like about it. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is the weight of this thing. So there's really no getting around it. This phone is thicker than your normal average phone, right? It's going to be about a regular phone and a half, I would say. So it's definitely got some weight to it. And as far as the feel in the pocket, you can, when you put it in there, it takes a little bit of getting used to. Now, I think it's like 229 grams. Something. Again, I don't know. I'm not the techie expert guy, but I know it's maybe 1.5 times as heavy as your regular phone. It does take a little bit to get used to at first, right? So it does got a little bit of heft when you first take it out. And of course I got this case on it and we'll talk about this case in a future video. It's a little bit bulky and it's got a little bit of weight to it. So if you're that minimalist and you don't like a bunch of stuff and a bunch of clunky stuff in your pockets, might not be the phone for you. For me, I was able to get used to it rather quickly. And then next thing, just the coolest thing about this phone, the first thing I did when I got it, you want to open it up, right? So you get this bad boy out of the box and you just want to open it up. And I tell you what, that just alone takes some getting used to. You're so nervous. I mean, literally you just paid $1,800, or if you got the discount through your provider, or maybe you paid $1,300, depending on, I don't know. But you paid a lot of money and you got the screen and you're opening it up and it takes a little bit of getting used to. And at first it's kind of stiff, but you get used to it. And now that I've had it for about a week, it opens up rather easily. And I'm actually kind of curious to see if the longer I have it, if it gets even easier, because I don't think I want it to get any easier than this to open. It does take a little bit to get it to open. Look, it's not like flipping open, right? Okay, I guess it just flipped open. Opening it up, checking out the actual size of the screen, it's 7.6 inches measured diagonally. And then of course on the front, you have your front screen. The front screen and the open screen are 120 Hertz and the display looks beautiful. I guess the third thing that I noticed was that the screen itself on the front facing screen is much skinnier than a regular cell phone. So it seems like it's skinnier, it seems like it's a little bit taller. So that was kind of interesting. I was a little bit curious on how fast I was going to get used to that, but it really didn't take time at all. As you can see here, this is the Brian's Badass Reviews Facebook page. It really just looks like your regular cell phone. And then the cool thing is, if I open it up, I've got the phone calibrated to where you can see the whole screen here. So then once I do get it opened up, it's just a beautiful display. Videos look completely awesome on here. Now you do have to go into the phone. You kind of have to set it up. You can do that by going into labs and changing the aspect ratio for all of your apps to kind of fit both the inside screen and the front facing screen. Some people have said in other reviews they don't like how the aspect ratio is like this. You don't get to see a ton of information on the screen. I think it's pretty cool. Your Facebook, your Twitter, everything looks the same, right? So if I'm surfing the web, here's briansbadassreviews.com. This is pretty much how all your web pages are gonna look. So when you have the fold open, your social media is gonna look huge on that 7.6-inch tablet. Like I said before, you can change the aspect ratio depending on the app, right? And then if you wanna just use it as a regular cell phone, you just flip it right back over to the front-facing screen, and it's awesome. And what I've found out that I like about this front-facing screen is that it's super easy to hold in my hand. If I'm texting or I'm typing, I can get my thumb all the way across the screen. And really, it just fits in the hand real nice. One of the other things I really like about it when you have the phone actually open is you can do multitasking with the apps at the same time. Now, you can take any app that you choose and basically you can split the screen with it so that you have two apps working at the same time. So just like I'm doing right here, I'm gonna take Facebook and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put it over here on the left side. And then I'm gonna go into Instagram. I'm gonna open that up. And as you can see, I have two applications going at the same time, which is very cool if you wanna kind of multitask. I guess if you can see two apps at one time and kind of flicker through, I mean, you either have a problem or you're just really good at social media. I don't know. Or maybe you're checking the weather, or maybe you're texting, or just like me, I'm in 2 fantasy football leagues. So I'm really looking forward to Sundays when I have both my Yahoo Fantasy and my ESPN league up, and I can split the screen. Now, if I wanted to drag in the internet, I can drag in the internet, and I actually have 3 apps going at one time here. And then I can also change the orientation of how I have the apps on the screen just by clicking on the middle and kind of flipping it around. That's definitely a cool option to have. One of the other things that I've noticed that I really like using is this kind of slide out docking taskbar on the side, right? To kind of tie that into what I was just talking about, you can basically take this setup that you have with the 3 or the 2 different things that you have on the split screen. You can tie them together and put them all in kind of one folder and pin it to your taskbar that you have pinned now on the side of your phone, and it kind of becomes kind of like a laptop, I guess. You can always have this floating here, and then you can always go back to that same app setup, and you can do that with any of the apps that you want to pick. Pretty neat little option. And then if you don't really like that, sometimes I like seeing my full real estate on my phone, so I'll go ahead and I'll just take that off, and it's pretty simple to do. Now, I'm not sure if this is a new option or not. One of the other things I really like about this phone is the GPS unlocking, right? So with your security settings, you can usually either do your fingerprint or you can do your face. But I also like the GPS unlocking feature. Now, I guess you got to be kind of careful depending on what you do throughout your day, but and where you are and who you're with and all that stuff. But for me, I set up a radius around my home, so anytime I'm at home and I open my phone, it will automatically unlock. I don't have to put the code in. I don't have to do the fingerprint. I mean, if it has the face, it's gonna unlock anyways. Anytime that I have my Jabra earbuds in and the phone's near it, the phone will automatically unlock. I don't have to unlock it. And anytime that I have my Samsung Gear S2, if that tells you how non-techie I am, because I know there's 18 million different versions of that out now probably, the phone will automatically unlock anytime I pick it up and open it up, as long as it's near those 2 devices or if I'm at home. Makes it super simple. I don't have to worry about it. Now, if I'm out and about and I'm somewhere and I don't have my watch on, I don't have my earbuds in, and I'm not at home, of course, I have the face recognition set up, which is super easy to do. Of course, you guys probably already know how to do all that kind of stuff, so again, I'm not going to go into that. But I thought the GPS unlocking was pretty cool. Let me know in the comments if I'm behind the times on that. So obviously, when you make a huge investment like this, you want to protect it, right? So you want to go out and get a case. So me, without even doing any research to see what kind of aftermarket cases there were, I went out and I bought the standard Z Fold case. And as you can see right now, I have a different case on it. It's not this thing, whatever they came up with, that I'll talk about in another review when I review this case and this case. Stay tuned to the channel. More reviews coming out on cases for this thing. But what it did come with when I bought this case is the pen. So if you guys have already watched 100 reviews like I have on this phone, thank you for watching this one. I certainly didn't have to, but you know that this particular S Pen only works with the Z Fold. I don't think you can use the other S Pens on this phone. You have to have this one. I've never used one of these stylus, this S Pen. So I decided to try it out, right? So I wrote some notes, and that's actually what I'm checking kind of as I'm going through this review here. And it's pretty easy to do. I found very quickly that I actually liked using the stylus, especially when I'm working in Adobe Rush and I'm editing my shorts. It kind of lets me get into those little detail cuts in there. It's super slick. I mean, it works pretty nice. Problem is, because I'm not gonna use that case because I freaking refuse to, now I don't have anything to do with this pen. The nice thing about that case though is the holder that it goes into does actually come off the case. So I'm thinking about kind of rigging up some sort of maybe a magnet thing here to where if I really want to bring it with me, kind of don't want to lose it, maybe I can put some magnet type of thing on there. I don't know. I'll figure something out, but we'll talk about that in a later review. But I like the S Pen. Some people say it's bigger than the other one. I wouldn't know. I know a lot of people love the Notes and they love the stylus that came with that. I wouldn't know. Never used it. I'm sorry if they changed it on you. But this seems to work pretty good for me. A lot of people complain about this crease right here because when you're using the S Pen, it does tend to dip a little bit into it. I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've used it enough, and I honestly don't think I will use it enough to really be able to tell you if that's a good or bad thing. That's probably something you're gonna have to kind of decide for yourself, or maybe check that out in another video. I know some people that has bothered. Speaking about the crease in the middle there, it is visible. From what I understand, it's not as visible as it was on the previous version. I tell you what, for me personally, when I'm watching videos, when I'm going through social, when I'm doing all these other things on the phone, I tend to forget that it's even there. I really don't have a problem with it at all. Maybe it's just because I'm so new to being able to fold a phone and turn it into a tablet that I'm willing to overlook the fact that you can kind of see that crease in there. I mean, you can definitely see it, but you lose it. You don't even think about it. It's kind of like the whole nose thing. Like your eyes kind of forget. Like you can really see your nose. Your nose is there, especially my nose, because I kind of got a big one. Anyways, you guys get my point. If that bothers you, maybe not the phone for you, but I tend to forget about it completely, and so it doesn't bother me at all. YouTube looks great on here. You're getting such a large area to watch it in. Now, some videos, it just depends. It fills up the whole screen. This is actually a video I did on my Schnauzer, Axel. It's my Axel boy. It's my Axel. It looks great, right? So, and then again, look, if I wanted to watch it on the front panel, it comes up right there in the front panel, right? I can open it back up. It moves right to there. Just blow it back up. Boom. There I go. And I'm back to full screen, right? You can do that on pretty much all of your videos. Again, you can go into the labs and get that set up. Sound quality on here. I set the phone up with the preferences to have the Dolby Atmos on all the time. The speakers are inlaid right on the side right here on both sides, and they sound great. Now, one of the other things that I changed right away was the keyboard. Now, when it comes out of the box and you fire it up, it's actually gonna have this keyboard split, and there's a big space right here in the middle. And then for me, it's just weird typing that way. I guess I couldn't get my left and my right brain to work that way, to type that way. So I went into the settings, I changed it to have just kind of this default, regular old-fashioned keyboard that we all know, right? And it seems like it works out really well. Compared to my S10 Plus, I think the Z Fold takes about the same quality of pictures as that. Now again, I can't speak for the S21. I heard that the cameras do hold up. And I've also seen in other reviews that, you know, you're paying a lot of money for a phone that folds in, you know, kind of despite of the cameras. From the pictures that I've taken and the videos that I've taken, and if you guys stay tuned to the channel, I'm going to be doing a lot of shorts and stuff like that I will be probably filming mostly with this phone, because that's what I have on me all the time. I'll find out more, and maybe I can make kind of a follow-up video. Maybe I'll do another 6 months down the road what I think about the phone. As of right now, pictures look pretty damn good and the videos look pretty good. If you guys have this phone, or if you've heard anything else, let me know in the comments what you think about the cameras on it. So far, so good for me. So yeah, so there you go. I mean, there's probably a million more things I could talk about with this phone. And I know there's a lot of really good reviews. In fact, I will drop a couple links down below to people I have no idea or am not associated with in any ways that I watched when I was kind of doing research on the phone that I thought was very helpful with kind of just setting up the phone, going into different settings, first 10 things you do when you get the phone. What I can say, for me, just as your average Joe, I'm really liking this phone. You know, I've had it a week now, and I don't think there's a day that goes by that I'm not kind of amazed by something that I find on the phone, and just still the fact that I'm freaking opening it up. The other thing is, if you want to be the cool kid in school, this thing has drawn a lot of attention, whether I'm at work or I'm at the local watering hole safely with mask on. I got people coming up and asking, hey, wow, you got the new fold phone. I'm like, yeah, check it out. They're pretty impressed, and a lot of people are like, well, man, I always wondered what it was like, and it seems like when they actually have it in their hands, they start kind of using it, they're pretty impressed with it. So she's, I don't know, I hope this was somewhat helpful for you, kind of the Z Fold 3 for Dummies review. If you guys want to hit that bell notification down below, I'm going to be doing another review on the case that I told you that comes with the S Pen, and I'll also be doing a review on this case that I got right here. Stay tuned, got more videos coming. Would you guys buy a phone that folds? Let me know down below, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like button if you liked it. That's all I got for the review today. You guys know what I say. You got to be kind to each other. You got to do what makes you happy. I will catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.